It's a long way from the lakes of Geneva to Pro Circuit in Corona, California, but with Tonus's capacity to make a bike move and bend to his will, it's hardly a surprise.
Yeah, you know, it was a big choice for me to go out there because it's going to be new for everything, not only on the Supercross side, but I mean the life and everything that I want to experience, and it's going to be also a big challenge. So it's just a dream come true. On my mind, I want to be in front, you know, I want to go there to stay on the back, and you know, I will do everything I could. If I have to ride every day, then I'm going to do it, and I want to be out front for sure.
Riding a motorcycle can be the most solitary of all pursuits, with the irony being that it bonds people together. Empathy of the thrill and the sensation of that danger-tinged moment is frequently something we all want to share. From record-holding multi-champions to the newest athletes on the block, riding breaks barriers.
You know, coming up and riding all the time and having this spot has really just helped out my whole career, and then everybody wants to come ride, so you get to ride with like amazing people.
It's always good when you get a good group of guys together. You feed off each other. You see someone else do something, you want to try to one-up them and make your whip look better than theirs, or just having fun riding with your friends. That's what I grew up doing. That's why I like riding dirt bikes, because I have fun doing it. I've always had fun since I was 3 years old riding dirt bikes. So for me to be 32 now and still having just as much fun as I was a little kid, it's a blast to ride. I love it.
I got stoned on killing hate, try to kill the blues, but they just won't. I got stoned on killing hate, try to kill the blues, but they just won't wait.
It's always a good day when you get to ride with the king, with McGrath, you know, so no complaints, man. And Potter spots is definitely one of my favorite spots to ride. It's like you're riding BMX out here, and it's just super fun. Look at a guy like McGrath, who hardly ever rides. He rides a couple times a year, and he'll come and hang with us, and we ride every single day, you know what I mean? He still has that same old style as when he was the best, you know what I mean? And it's bitching to come out and ride with him and just see how good he still rides at his age.
I'm scared of that ramp.
Dude, that's the hardest one. Is the last one to commit
the ramp,
to.
just hit it just like this one. Thing's got some long gears.
McGrath, obviously the knack is always cool to see him throw that thing out and look over at the camera. It's something, you know, growing up as a kid, you just watch that at Supercross, you're like, damn, that's the coolest thing ever. Riding out in the hills and ramps and things like that teaches you bike skills that you can't learn on the track. I don't get too crazy with the tricks or anything, but yeah, the whip does it for me.
For me, I've always appreciated riding a dirt bike for a living. I would ride a dirt bike if I wasn't getting paid to do it just as much, you know what I mean? And you see a lot of guys that don't appreciate riding. They don't even look like they're having fun when they're riding, and they're just out there to make money. And when it's like that, it ain't fun. The day I stop having fun on a dirt bike is the day I quit, but that day won't ever come for me. I always have fun riding a dirt bike, and I'm gonna do it forever.
No matter the age, no matter the skill, no matter the championships, riding is the common language. The Grindstone Ranch in California was a special place where the sun rose and the sun set with the thoughts of good times on two wheels. A place where the pressures of professionalism were forgotten and a fantastic new journey was initiated. Monster Energy Boot Camp, a band of motocross brothers, young riders of different ages and different backgrounds, highly competitive racers who are all proven winners. The boot camp allows them an opportunity to get back to why they were attracted to the sport in the first place. "85,000 acres of freedom," Ocotillo Wells, located west of the Salton Sea, is one of the many playgrounds where the riders of today play at being the stars of tomorrow.
Aaron told me that we were going to go ride at Ocotillo Wells. I mean, the only thing I could think of was how much fun it's going to be, seeing all the films of all the free ride places and all the cool jumps and turns there. It's just going to be an awesome day.
In Ocotillo Wells, that place is like a legendary free ride place, so this should be fun.
We've got Faulkner, some of the East Coast kids. They've never been to the desert before. So, I mean, after watching videos probably all their life for their heroes riding out here, to get the chance to come out here and ride and see that history and see that place is awesome, dude.
Bit of free ride going on. We've got a couple of good spots kind of like this, a bit south of London. I've been hitting up back home. Not nearly as hot out there. It's been hotter than a dog's bollocks out here. My balls have been sweating like a doner kebab.
Having fun, throwing some fat whips, and just being a dirt bike kid. It's all about having fun. We're not competing. We're just hanging out with the kids that enjoy the same things as I do, or everybody does actually riding here. So we're just having fun with the sport.
Everybody's told me how great Ocotillo is. A few of my friends have come here, but it actually did live up to it. There was a lot of fun jumps, a lot of sweet corners, some awesome trails, and it was awesome. It was a great day.
Yeah, dude, it was sick. Everyone did a great job. All the guys rode hard, had a great day, and I guess roll on next year.
Baby! We won! Fuck yeah! You're the man! What'd you get? I won! Did you? Fuck yeah!
Had a crappy moto, Dungy pulled it off.
We did it! Woo! You did it!
the 2010 Motocross of Nations from Lakewood, Colorado. Riding for the United States on bike number 2, Trey Kennard.
To be a part of Team USA, which is a huge honor. They've had a lot of success here, and to be a part of that is it's a blessing.
You really don't know. They've had their GPs and we've had our nationals, and everybody thinks they're the fastest. So it's a great opportunity for them to find out.
The last 2 years, America has been quite lucky in saying that they won, and the reason they're so good is they've got so much depth. They've got 3 very, very, very strong riders.
The thing to remember about the Motocross of Nations, it is a team race. And the USA always has sort of an inherent advantage because of the size of our country. We always have 3 guys.
This is my birthday, this is Christmas, this is my Super Bowl, this is my World Cup. It's all in one thing, man.
It's a pretty damn good race.
In the autumn of 2010, the 64th annual running of the Motocross of Nations took place in Denver, Colorado. And it was there that Team USA secured their 6th win in a row for a grand total of 21 Motocross of Nations triumphs.
USA going again, shit.
Team Belgium, fierce competitors and always a threat, placed a fighting second. The U.S. remained the sport's superpower. 1 year later, French soil was ready to entertain the 3 fastest motocross racers from 30 different countries. It was here that Team USA were firmly in the crosshairs.
Can't win it with just off any one of our performances. We have to have all 3 of us have to have a good weekend and perform well. I just know that we have a big target on our back when we get out there. We all know it's a team race, and we're able to put our egos behind us and just go racing as a team. The last thing we want to do is lose.
Of course we want to beat them because it's the pinnacle of the sport at the moment, and they have won, they are the fastest, so I don't think it's an American thing. I think it's just the fact that they are the best and we want to beat them.
Kind of the U.S. team versus the world, because they want nothing more than us to maybe fail. And not for a bad reason, but everybody's got their own patriotic reasons to do well.
22 victories and counting. 2012 was the hardest test yet, with the wickedly deceptive sand of Lommel and Belgium ready to strike and ready to punish.
If you underestimate this place, it'll get you, and it's the same for everybody.
We have quite a few races going in a row right now, but the bottom line is we're all coming here to try to do the best we can and prove that we're the best, and whatever happens will happen.
I think things will be quite tight after the first 2 rounds of racing. It's the 3rd round, once they drop that result, where America always comes out. And we've seen it time and time again. But in saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't win a race here. But if they didn't win the event, that would surprise me.
Donji's crashed! Donji has crashed!
The surprise came and the run ended.
Great, unbelievable feeling, amazing.
Tony Caroli ruled the sand, but the Germans triumphed in front of a spectacular and vibrant crowd. "12 months on and south to Germany, Barsha and Dungey, now joined by Eli Tomac, would have their chance for revenge.
There's so many great racers that have done it and, you know, won it, and it's the biggest of the biggest, you know.
Ken Roxon gets a hole shot from Dean Ferris. Sean Simpson, 3.
When you bring 3 of the best guys together that want to win, you know, it's just like we can do it, you know. It's a cool feeling.
The Americans to lose last year was, you know, for them, that was a 7-year streak gone. But 2 of them have come back to maybe redeem themselves. That on its own is a mouth-watering prospect.
It seems like most of the time USA is kind of expected to win.
Of course they are favorite because it's the team who won the most.
Piroli takes the win. Roxon comes home in second.
Doesn't matter if we're racing the nations or the GPs. My goal is always to win and to win my 2 races.
The American guys are just brought up that they should expect to win this event. But to me, there's so many great world riders, DeSalle and Caroli. I feel like they're not lucky to win, but they should appreciate it more. And to get second is no shame.
Team Belgium look as though they've taken it. Belgium finished on 27 points. USA on 30.
2013 belonged to Belgium at last. However, the USA was starting to get hungry again, and in 2014, Kegums in Latvia brought the show together once more.
Any flags, anybody with any flags for whatever country, now's the time to wave.
Winners of the very first nations back in 1947, Team Great Britain were also in the hunt this time.
You know, the fans are just insane. They're slamming pints over the fence, and it's just the atmosphere is amazing.
The fans at the Motocross of Nations are more than anything else. Or they save up and they go all out and they just come to the nations and have one massive blowout, and that's what makes it, you know. The Americans are here, New Zealand's here, Australia's here, Bulgaria's here, you know, just every little corner of the earth comes together, and the 3 best guys on the day get put together into a race.
Well, this is it, everybody. It's time now for the races.
Last year, it was just mistakes from all 3 of us, really. We're gunning for that, for the first place. You know, we always will be. If we stay on 2 wheels, I think we'll get it done.
Last 2 times I've done donations, we've been 4th, and don't want that. I want to be on the box. So that's the goal and the plan. So we're just going to ride our best, get good starts, work good as a team, and make it happen.
We are go! Race 1, MXGP MX2 class.
It was the French who were making the points. Team USA had to catch up, but nobody could touch double moto winner Gaudier Paulin.
Paulin takes the win. Gate drops for race 2. We are away into that all-important first turn. Team France lead with Stephen Frossard. Strybos second, Noren, then the Brits. France 23, Belgium, Great Britain tied on 28 in second, and the USA 4th on 34.
Pretty little freedoms between you and me. Yeah, yeah.
Team Belgium, Kevin Strybos takes the win. Gauthier Paulin wins for France and celebrates. The French will be crowned as champions. Who is going to be on the podium? Will it be Belgium? Will it be Great Britain? Will it be the USA?
French glory, British pain, and American frustration. The nation's story goes on in the ultimate battle of the countries and colors.
It is Team France! Gauthier Paulin, Dylan Ferrandis, and Stephen Frossard.
The consuming desire to compete forces some of the hardest compromises. Dean Wilson arrived in the USA through life-changing moves from Scotland and Canada and landed at Pro Circuit with bags of courage and a heavy throttle hand. Wilson worked at making it work, and his talent brought the 2011 AMA 250cc Pro National title into his grasp. Since then, the road has been bumpy and occasionally brilliant. This is a racer who knows the heights of the highs and the depths of the lows.
Black cloud, hang around, let's hope, hold us down.
Yeah, I think it's just funny how people write you off and they're so clueless, like they have no knowledge, you know. That's part of anything you do, no matter who you are, you know, there's always going to be people take stabs at you and say bad things, but it's good motivation for me, you know, training and everything to really prove them wrong, and I really just want to do it for myself and know that I can be a championship guy again. It's one of the best feelings.
When the last dollar falls from that money tree, it's alright, don't quit on me.
Being a professional motocrosser really pushes you mentally. You know, there's times where you're kind of contemplating on quitting just because it's like really tough. Everybody thinks it's a lot easier than what it is to do it, you know, pretty much your full life.
Let her ride out of hate, out of spite, those red minds, blue hearts.
You can't speak about somebody until you've taken a step in their shoes. And I've never seen anybody else in Dean's shoes. So Dean is Dean is Dean is Dean. And don't try to change Dean.
We're all to retreat. It's alright. Don't quit on me.
People in the sport are a little bit blind. To me, sometimes a little bit ignorant. You know, because there's no written rule about how someone should be and how someone is going to be a champion. What really matters is heart. And I know a lot of people that are serious, but they don't have a lot of heart. I know a lot of people that are serious, but they don't have a lot of talent. I know a lot of people that are serious, but they don't have a lot of will. And Dean has all those things, but he has fun with it. And that is what's going to make somebody at the end of their career look back and go, man, that was a cool ride.
It's alright. Don't quit on me.
Why do we start riding motocross? Why do we start racing motocross? Because it's fun. But once you take the fun out of it, then you lose that little bit of that spark, a little bit of that edge, a little bit of that creativity. In this sport, I feel that all riders are tear-offs. Once you get a little dirty, we got a next one. Everybody, be patient. And also look at the past and look that there's many riders that have injury and that have come back. I mean, come on, guys. People that write Dean off are just, they must not know much about the sport. And you know what people's opinions are, right? When we first started, I could see that little bit of hesitation, that little bit of fear of, I don't want to get hurt, I can't get hurt. I asked him, like, why are you so worried about it? You know you have no control. What's going to happen is going to happen. Go out there and race as hard as you can, and what's supposed to happen will happen. Done. Shit just happens, man. And without our control, you want to make life laugh? Tell it you have control. So give everything you have to it. And usually when you give everything you have to it, it happens. It's hard to beat somebody that never quits.
I believe that you can't live your life in a glass case. as Rhino would say, you just got to live your life, and whatever happens, happens. That's part of it. Yeah, I think everybody's got their own story to tell, and mine's definitely being tricky, but I think it will be okay in the end.
There has to be some sort of darkness to see the stars, right?
Being injured and, you know, getting back on my feet again and getting hurt again, it's definitely a struggle, and then all the people that write you off, and I think it's made me stronger just because I really want to prove everybody wrong and prove to myself that, you know, I'm one of the top guys, and yeah, I think I'll be a lot stronger now.
The nation of France is responsible for the term motocross. It's also responsible for putting forth a number of the sport's most talented and charismatic riders. Amongst these Gaelic chargers is Gaudier Poland.
As a kid, I was always doing jump everywhere with the bicycle. I never had a motorcycle, but always looking at motocross. And the passion, I don't know, it's just in my heart, you know, want to race. That's it.
Flowing with the bike with a poetic style, the World Championship contender blends athleticism, courage, and aggression to make him one of the sport's truly elite racers.
My riding style, it's many people was telling me that it's a lot different. I think it came because of the BMX. First of all, I was just riding like this, and the style came like normal. I never walked my style. I like to let the bike go, and I like to be smooth. So yeah, it just came from the pleasure I'm having on a bike that this riding style is born. Sport, but for sure sometimes, some days it's tough, you know. Yeah, it's not easy every day, but you have to reach the next step. It's what we need. I just enjoy every second I'm riding when everything goes good, and the job behind it is to make everything go good every day. Riding it to win, and I have a goal that I didn't reach yet, and yeah, it's why every day I'm working hard. All the people say that motocross is the hardest sport of the world, but pretty much every athlete, it's hard. You know, you will always find something hard in every sport. For sure, people speak about Antonio and Ryan, both are champions, you know. So this is why, and it's normal. But let them play together. It's always cool. Part of the HRC team, it's great, you know. I knew these people since a while. It's the people who give me the chance to become pro. And now with the HRC on top of it, it just makes the cherry on the cake. I really handle the bike and really put the wheels exactly where I want, especially with the HRC, we are working on all those small points.
Many who have been in the saddle know about the dark side, the moments of pain that come so fast and hit so hard. Moto gives the ultimate elation, but can also cost so much. Perhaps those that push the limits more than most of us never know when to quit.
I like to do a lot of sports, but dirt bike riding was the only thing which really satisfied me, and yeah, that's why I went this direction. The special thing about motocross is that you need to have all kinds of talents. You have to be physically strong, you have to be mentally strong, you cannot have too much fear, you have to be technically good, so there are so many points that you have to work on. For me, motocross was a perfect sport to satisfy myself. The first years of my career, I was many times overtrained and everything because I wanted to do too much. I really wanted to be good. I just love motocross. That was the only thing. I'm not scared of hard work. Actually, I love to work hard. And I also think I had the ingredients to be good. Most of all, the passion made me realize that I really wanted to do this. And then training and everything I loved also. So, and I never really thought about anything else than this. The last few years, I had a lot of crashes and everything and injuries. And I never gave up, and I always believe in myself, and I'm sure that I would have come back to the highest levels. I think at one time or at one point in my career, it would all come together, and yeah, nice things would happen. I had some good results on the 250 in 2012. I had many podiums. I even had a GP win, and I think the last couple of years I really knew what I was doing, and yeah, things were coming together. I think it's clear to say that I had no fear on the bike, and yeah, I don't know why, but it has been in me like this.
When Joel caught the wrong end of a double jump at Maggiora for the 2014 Grand Prix of Italy, his life changed forever, but his character held fast.
This maybe might surprise many people. The biggest problem was not that I could not walk anymore, but the biggest issue for me was that I could not finish my career or achieve what I wanted to achieve. Even now, when I see the races, it hurts me that I cannot be a part of it anymore, but then on the other side, I'm strong enough to put myself over it and see that there are many other things that can bring happiness also, and that many other people aren't as lucky as I am. So for me, the biggest challenge was to accept that I would never ride a motorcycle anymore in a world championship level. When I had my injury, I crashed. I had the first operation in Italy. I speak to the doctor and I said, how bad is it? Will I ever walk again? Will I have a chance to walk again? I said, I just need to know it. Just tell me, and then I can switch that button in my head, and then I know what I have to do. He said, normally we don't really say it, but with you it looks actually quite clear that you will never walk anymore because your two vertebrae just went straight through your spinal cord, so it's quite easy to say that you will never walk again or even move one toe or something. From that point, one option was to sit there, coming 6 months, be negative, live a shit life, or from that moment on, switch the button, be positive, do everything that you can do. I choose obviously for the second way because it seemed easy. That seemed the best way to live my life, to be positive and be happy. I've always been like this. I'm really strong in the head. I've just been honest with myself and walked the straight way to the goal, and the goal is to be happy. So far it's all good, so I'm happy. Some people call me a hero, but I'm not a hero. I'm just living my own life and trying to be happy. I don't have any regrets. I've always lived a great life. I think I already lived a life many people can dream of. The thing I'm proud of is that I've always been honest with myself and with the people around me, and that I've always been happy.
I've just been hitting the foam pit a bunch with Matto and Ronnie Renner and trying to flip for speed and style. So I don't know if today's the day, but I'm gonna try to make it the day.
Motocross can lift you up and dump you down, and Oregon-born rider Josh Hill carries a heavy story of extremes of riding motorcycles to the boundaries of natural physics. Hill has stood on top of many an AMA Supercross podium, but in 2011, after a crash training for freestyle, there were times when he barely stood at all.
Yeah, I decided to move out to Newport when I actually kind of almost given up on racing. I didn't think I'd really be able to get back to it. It's like such a different environment, going riding out in the desert, and it's real hot and windy, and then you just come back and it's just like peaceful. It's just like hitting reset every day. I feel a lot like I owe a lot to Kerry Hart. He came in and hired me when I was in a wheelchair pretty much, and just kind of nursed me back to health and kept me going, just kind of dangled that carrot in front of me that if one day I could get back on the bike, I would have a job. It's kind of a dream scenario. I didn't know if I'd ever get back to this level. Well, I was in the hospital for 20 days, and the doctors in the ER didn't really give me a whole lot of hope. If I was ever walking again, I was lucky. Racing dirt bikes was pretty much out of the question to all those people. Riding for RCH was kind of the turning point when I realized, okay, I can do this.
She put it in me because I live on my dreams. I get my fantasies wings. One day I'm gonna be king. I'm gonna make that woman so proud of the sun. I know you heard about change, it's gonna come. I won't question when you there. I'll be there with my hands held high in the air like a champion. 'Cause before you wear the crown, I try to tear you down. I'm ready for it now. 'Cause I don't feel the fall. I'm gonna stand tall, no breaking down the wall. Before you wear the crown, they'll try to tear you down. I'm ready for it now.
I wanted to race X Games, and I wanted to do speed and style. Like, I've always just been the kid that grew up watching Krusty videos, and just I just loved free riding. I loved freestyle. I dialed it into the foam pit so quick, I wanted to go straight to dirt. I think I was just kind of too excited about landing it that first time, and the second time I went to hit it, I just wasn't really focused and it's kind of brain faded. It just didn't even seem real as it was happening. I mean, I was in pain, but I was more just kind of like scared, like, what's wrong with me? Like, because I couldn't even like feel my leg. Just one of those things that felt like a nightmare. It didn't really feel real. I regret what happened, but you couldn't have told me no different. I guess, you know, I did it and then I paid the price for it. Not gonna lie, there was times when it wasn't fun and I really didn't even enjoy life at all. If I gave up, I mean, not only was I not gonna be able to ride my dirt bike, but I was just gonna be more of a handicap.
Josh first started getting therapy here at our facility when he had his bad crash, when he tried to turn into a freestyler there for a while. Broke his femur and his humerus and contracted compartment syndrome, which is pretty serious. It was pretty bad. It was a grim prognosis for him. You know, we weren't sure if he was even going to race ever again. He's a determined athlete, and he fought through all the odds and did whatever it took to get back on a motorcycle and be competing at a high level again.
I can get on my dirt bike and I can put my foot in a brace and throw my boots on and I'm me again. Like, that was the only thing that gave me that feeling that I was still the same person. It's probably my earliest memories in life are riding a dirt bike. You know, motocross was life. I mean, that was just the only thing, that was the thing I just loved doing. Right now, everybody's hungry. Everybody feels like somebody's taking money out of their pocket. I think if you love the sport enough and you do it every day and that's what you live for, there's always going to be something for you.
I think it's an amazing story. I think it's just a testament to Josh's perseverance and his dedication to getting back and riding at a high level again.
The old country. It is almost 15 years since Great Britain last hoisted a world champion. Tommy Searle has come close 3 times in his career and is still pushing.
To have the track so close to my home, a friend's place is, yeah, it's amazing to have that place and to have that facility. I'm very lucky. Those are the days that I say it doesn't feel like a job because I can't wait to get on the bike. I'm loving every moment of being on the bike, and those are the days where it all clicks and it is just a hobby. Yeah, those are the best days that I can ever wish for, you know, and then living my dream when I am at that track. Yeah, when it's all going good, you do take it a bit for granted. We get paid good money, and then you're riding at the track with your friends in the summer, and everything's perfect. You know, you do have those days. A lot of times you need to have a reality check, and we are lucky to do what we do. Obviously, people looking in sometimes think we have it a lot easier in what we do because yeah, you know, everyone riding bikes, that is the dream. We're racing in the World Championship and be at the top of the world, but out of all those people that ride bikes, there's only a very select few that are there.
So walk on. So walk on. Just say it's
The MX1 class now is, yeah, it's a tough class. The fact of it, you can't be at the front if you're not 100%. Yeah, the last couple of years I've been carrying an injury and I've been trying to get there. And it seems when I get close, then I get another setback. When everything is going right, it does come quite easily. When it's not going right, that's when you really feel it, and that's when you have the pressure and the lows of the sport. Yeah, for me, if I was to finish my career and I never won a world championship, you know, it's disappointing, but then at the same time, you know, it's difficult. You can't, I wouldn't live the rest of my life in regret because I feel that I've given everything and there would be no regrets, whatever the end result is. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Maybe there's a reason it didn't happen. It's very difficult to answer that because I've never had a life without motocross. You know, it's been from 5 years old I've rode a bike and I've never had more than a couple months where I've never ridden a bike. When I'm injured, all I think about is getting back to the bike, and then when I'm on the bike, all I think about every day is riding. It is my life, it's motocross, and I'm very, very privileged what motocross has brought to me so far.
Well, I've been holed up inside of this hotel room for at least 35 days straight. Yeah, it's hotter than hell. The AC don't work. It's 105 out on the strip. Well, I done knocked down and dragged out the last of my lucky.
Every October, the biggest names in global motocross gravitate to the big neon glitter that is Las Vegas, Nevada. With $1 million in cash up for grabs, the Monster Cup throws down big, with 3 mains, joker lanes, split starts, and a spectacular track unlike any on planet Earth.
Well, I bet you never seen it come back from so low, yeah, till the spot finally throws your ass out. Then it's on to the next.
Ryan Villapoto took it home the first year, Martin the second. Who do you like in year number 3? Well, year number 3, there's an empty spot right here on this Covenant Monster Energy Cup. Could we add one of those things back on it, or a new name could appear? There's a cool $1 million in cash right here between it.
What you were getting yourself into when you got all messed up with me. Yeah,
seconds separating the top 10 and talk about talent in this field, Wes. It's one of the most stacked fields we've ever seen. You've got, I think, 19 championships, 3 world championships, you name it, they're all in there.
It's too bad I messed up the deal. Well, it's a hard life living when you run like I do. It's a serious race to the top. And there ain't nobody playing by anybody's rules. Yeah, the first one to win is to drop. So I shuffle the deck and load up the dice. I'm setting my sights on the sun. Well, it's a hard life living, held back and unforgiving. Yeah, take it like a what you were doing. This is how I've been made. This is how
Heads up to the Antonio Hart. Here's your leader now, James Bosch.
Just off the 10 freeway in Southern California rests the town of Beaumont. Home to 40,000 people, the town is blessed with sunshine, 95-degree temperatures. It is also the site of the finest free-riding landscape in the entire nation.
Man, Beaumont's one of those places, I've always heard about it as a kid. I've seen it in so many videos, and it's just one of those things, every time you come here, you find something cool, you find something new, and man, it's just, you come here and it's just like having a ball.
We get a big rain and we'll get the boys together and come out and ride our dirt bikes, make jumps, you know, it's nothing better, you know, it kind of changes it up. It's just fun, man. A lot of guys have been coming out here for years, and with both hills, this is the first time that I've been out with them and stuff, and they're super competitive. It's always a battle, so it's funny to see.
It's not like a track where you're going out there and like trying to go as fast as you can and race lap times. It's like we come out here and just see who has like the coolest style, and still competitive. We're still trying to like, you know, one up each other out here, and it's just fun, but we're just smiling, laughing, talking crap the whole time, having a blast.
Oh yeah, I love to do this. I normally don't really get to go out to the hills, and I go out to the test tracks and just throw whips and just try to have fun on the test tracks, but it's like you can only throw so big on like a, you know, a jump with an 8-foot landing that's just, you know, kind of weird. So coming out here and just going out huge, big hits all over the place is so much fun. I dig it.
There's so many different styles of jumps, and everybody has a different style. Somebody from the group just killed each spot we went to. Scott hit the cliff jump and just went probably 10 feet higher than anyone else off of it. And then JG had like quite a few jumps that he was just pitching it backwards off of, and my little brother was, he had a couple of jumps he won on, but he was just kind of kicking my ass all day. So I had a blast though, man. It just riding with such good people, you just try to up your game and you try to up your style, and it's just the best. Like, you can't beat it. The older he gets, the better he gets, and like the day already came where he went out and passed me on the track, and then today was the day where he kind of just out-skilled me and out-jumped me for the most part today. So it's a tough pill to swallow, but at least it's my little brother, and I get amped like it's me doing it when I watch him do it.
I've always looked up to Josh, like, just from day one, just because he's my big brother, for one, and, you know, I've always respected his talent on the motorcycle, and I have major respect for him, and, you know, it's awesome to learn from him. I think it's awesome to go free riding because, like, it's hard to use your imagination and find things, and you come out here, it's like it's all fun, so you don't even realize that you're making yourself better. Shaving off the fat of your skills and just, you know, just having fun while you're doing it.
It's a way of life. It's a cliche maybe, but that's because it's true. You get up with it and you go to sleep with it. You dream about it. It's 24 hours a day. You need to be in love with a motorcycle. My love for my dirt bike was so big that it could easily overcome all the effort I had to put in to be fast on that bike. In no other sport I could find that same kick, the same adrenaline rush.
The FIM World Motocross Championship has existed since 1957. Its premise, to determine the fastest, most versatile, and accomplished rider on planet Earth. For 58 years, the MXGP World Championship has delivered up countless awe-inspiring moments and memories. In the last 10 years, one of the greatest riders to grace MXGP with his skill, versatility, charisma, and popularity is Tony Caroli. Not only is he the undefeated champion of the last 6 years, he is also one of MXGP's most iconic riders, a true master of motocross. He's an athlete who can conquer any condition or any foe.
You go to a GP, they all have the talent, otherwise they wouldn't race GPs. They all have good bikes. They're also fit. So what's gonna make the difference? I think how much you want that win. For me, I believe that's gonna be the deciding factor about winning or losing. His natural speed and his ability to ride at a certain speed, at a certain level, and then still being able to push it a little bit more. He really manages really well to choose his moments, when to pull the trigger or when to pull that extra bullet. He doesn't have 12 extra bullets. He has maybe 1 or 2. But he manages to pull them at the right moment. So that's really where he's very strong. I think the way he reads the races, his tactics, and he's apart, of course, from his natural speed and from his fitness and stuff. You can't say Tony's winning because of weak competition. For example, Clément, Gauthier Paulin, with Frossard, with Max, with Bob Richev, with John Simpson. They're not pussies. They're also really tough competitors.
In 2015, Caroli's domain came under threat. AMA legend Ryan Villapoto, in an effort to close his storied career with a world title, walked away from a 4th Supercross championship to take on the might of the Sicilian and his cosmopolitan group of rivals from across the continents.
For me, I'm coming over just trying to, get a job done. Yeah, as for the sport, I think, it definitely made, some waves.
It's incredible, the exposure that it's given the series, the excitement and buzz that it's created worldwide. It's been phenomenal. There's been a whole shift just overnight.
You have two worlds that were kind of separated by, different types of fans. And I think Ryan has started to merge those fans. In America, we're stuck in this bubble, and I think Ryan popped that bubble, and it's just fucking on.
I give it to Ryan because he's got the balls to let out there and go after it. He could have sailed away into the history books as a great rider without doing this.
He was ready to walk away last May. When you're somebody who works as hard as Villapoto did for 10 years, to have the opportunity to come over here and really, take a fortnight or 3 weeks in between races is probably something he's been wanting to do for 10 years.
When you perform to that highest level, you're only going to get so much squeeze out of that lemon.
To now have Tony Cairoli at sort of the peak of his career, going against Ryan at the peak of his career, it's a great battle for the ages.
I think that 2015 had everything to be the year of motocross. We have Ryan Villapoto coming from the United States. We have 8-time world champion Tony Cairoli that is there to defend his title. I don't know how many riders can win a moto, how many riders can win a qualifying race, how many riders can win a GP.
It's racing, and everybody's going to have good days, everybody's going to have bad days. Tony, in the whole big picture, has been the guy to obviously beat. As for weekends or stringing races together, yeah, there's a lot of good guys, a lot of quick guys. Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
I think the level of the current riders they've really raised the bar. Each time that we have a motocross of nations, it's clear that the European level is every bit as good as what is in America now.
The winner, Ryan Villapoto, Kawasaki.
The
pressure, and the focus was much more on Ryan and on Tony. But that allows all the other guys to just be a little bit more relaxed and lift up their game. The fact that Ryan is here is gonna make it more exciting. I don't expect it to be a two-man game.
You have to be careful with the Caroli versus Villopoto thing, because everyone's watching so much of those two guys, and I've been saying this all along. If you're Clement Tassal or Max Nagel or Gauthier Paulin, there's no pressure.
I always put pressure on myself. You know, these people are, you know, expecting me to do well, you know, and, you know, they have a lot invested in this whole thing. So, yeah, you definitely have added pressure.
Does Ryan feel pressure? Yeah, he does. Of course he does. Pressure? Here.
Caroli, he's got a certain mental strength that a lot of his competition don't necessarily have to that certain extent. He's able to do it, you know, week in, week out in different conditions, you know, and that's what the World Championship provides. It offers in Europe, you know, you go from 1 week in bottomless sand and then you're like racing on a road racing track at the next.
Ryan's motivation is winning. It's not the fame, it's not the fortune. If Ryan wants to set his mind to something, he wants to be a champion, that's what he's going to do, and I don't think it's any different here.
Oh, if there's one thing that I can put my finger on that would suggest he could do it here in Europe, is he's so tenacious. When his back's against the wall, that seems to be when he performs the best usually.
I just hope they all stay healthy and keep the championship close and dramatic. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of those other guys won either.
Arco was one of the tougher tracks, and everybody had said it was going to be a